So I just wanted to talk for a minute about some of the different notational things that we do, the ways that we write the derivative. So I think the one that we're most familiar with, and I'll call this nouns. So like if we have f of x is equal to whatever, x squared, say, then when we want to talk about the derivative of f, we usually write, or we often write f prime, right? And so we've used that quite a bit. We used it when we talked about the definition of the derivative, which we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. So we used f prime there, so you're familiar with that, I think. Another way that we talk about the derivative itself, if you have, instead of f of x, if you write y is equal to x squared, the way to show the derivative of this, you could write y prime, but that's kind of a casual, sort of loose kind of way to write it. Another and perhaps better way to write it is like this. So dy on the top and dx on the bottom is equal to 2x. And when we see this, we say dy dx. And it just means the derivative of y with respect to x. So it's the same thing that f prime of x is. Additionally, I should let you know that this is called Leibniz notation. So there's that. So those are sort of the nouns. And then there's another set of notational devices, and I guess I would call these the verbs. So if you have an expression like, I don't know, like x cubed plus 4x squared, say, and you want to take the derivative of this, sort of a down and dirty way to indicate that you want to take the derivative of an expression, is to just prime it. And I think most people know what this means. Again, it's kind of like this. It's kind of loose, it's kind of casual, but everybody will know what you're talking about. Like not too often would you see this in a book, but anyway, when you see this, I call this a verb because it's telling you to do something. So the derivative here is whatever, 3x squared plus 8x, right? So another way to take the derivative of an expression is to use, again, a form of Leibniz notation. So you write d dx. So when you see this, you say d dx. And this is, it's called an operator. It's telling you to take the derivative with respect to x of whatever comes after it. So this is another way that we say, hey, do something. And the something is taking the derivative. So those are just a couple of the ways that we use notation to refer to the derivative.